As we get into late summer, insects are out, and that means grasshoppers are out. So Tom, a lot of people are concerned when it comes to grasshoppers and crops, but that's really not that big of a problem, is it?
It isn't a problem for most of the state this year because most of the grasshoppers, real big populations are out in western Oklahoma. They can cause problems in corn and sorghum and things like that, but we just don't have the kind of numbers that would be that much of a concern. Grasshopper populations fluctuate up and down, and when I first came here in like '97, they were a tremendous problem in a lot of the state. And then they disappeared, and they just kind of come and go. So if there's a hot spot where crops are being damaged, yeah, the producer's going to have to do something about them. But a lot of times they're more in western Oklahoma where there's a lot more rangeland pasture and things like that. Grasshoppers are typically feed on like this sorghum plant right here. They feed along the edges, and they'll chew all the way down to the main vein of that leaf. So they can literally make it look like the crop had hail damage. I mean, they strip the leaves down to almost nothing, but this is very typical of the kind of damage that a grasshopper causes when they feed.
But they can be an issue when it comes to, kind of smaller productions like gardens and situations
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah, gardeners, probably more of the questions that we get in our department are gardeners and people just trying to protect their prize roses or their prize whatever plants they have, because wing can go anywhere. They look at a garden like an oasis of like a smorgasbord. So what we've suggested in the past is to get some horticultural fabric and protect your prize plants, and then probably just let the grasshoppers have the rest, because if they get really numerous, they'll even chew on screen, nylon screens and door screens and things like that. They become voracious. They're looking for, moisture and anything to eat.
A lot of the state has quite a bit of rain. Does that affect how bad or how, I guess better the situation is going to be when it comes to grasshoppers?
I would say in general, yes, because there's still a lot of green plant material around. It's not all drying down like it would in some years. But maybe the farther west you go, there's some areas out in western Oklahoma that are a little sparser for rain. A grasshopper will eat its body weight in forage every day, where it's 100% of its body weight, whereas a cow or cattle will eat about 2 to 3% of their body weight in a day. So 60 to 80 pounds of grasshoppers is equivalent to a 500-pound cow in terms of what they'll eat for rangeland. Grasses and forbs and things. So they can really cause problems in those areas where we have a lot of rangeland and pasture. We have some suggestions on, we have a fact sheet for managing grasshoppers in rangeland and pasture, crops, rangeland and pasture, and managing.